Welcome to another Asylum Atelier stream. Welcome to Painting Discourse. This is going to be one of those bed painting Friday on Sunday sessions. I just had a lot of fun on Friday with that a little still life that I did, and I have maybe an hour and a half today in my schedule, so I decided to stream one more of this because I saw some of the chestnuts. It's autumny time here in my city, and I was walking around and I found a couple of these. And my mom actually requested to pay them for her. So let's see how it is going to go. It's the same thing that I talked about last time. It's just going to be a quick painting session. This is for all of you who want to just have fun with paint a little bit. And then please do not watch these videos because they are really boring just to sit and watch. I would rather you to really join me and paint alongside with me. It's way more fun for you and for me as well. And you should definitely then share with your success or disasters. It's just it's up to you and your own judgment. So I'm just gonna quickly start with just blocking in the chestnuts, and I'm definitely excited about this because there is a lot of elements, and I wanted to work with a little bit more of the elements. And by elements, I mean different parts of different parts. I wouldn't say that this is a different parts. Let me just measure the center a little bit, because I think I'm all right in the center here. Okay. So I'm creating just a quick grid for myself, just to quickly establish this. You don't need to do this, and truth to be told, I find this really annoying to do the grids all the time, but they're really helpful, and especially when I'm doing these streams, because they just help to navigate. So I have and I'm going to be again working on a grid that will divide my my canvas. That's not even canvas. This is a paper that was primed and sized for painting, so it's just a really leftover paper. So I have my third, and I'm doing it only because I want to lay down the quick composition. I don't want to have anything complicated. As I mentioned before, this is more about having fun rather than just obsessing about the composition. Plus, I gave myself hour and a half max. So whenever I finish, I'm out. I just want to do more of these quick sketches. So, and then again, you are watching it. The lens, it's in a different position. Then I'm sitting slightly from a different position, so you see the distortion, or you see the image from a different perspective. So I'm just going to quickly block it in. And I'm blocking large shapes right now, or actually large shapes. I'm trying to block in a positive shape. And by positive shape, I mean a shape that is just the halfway point right here. and I'm measuring a little bit. And I'm really, like I said, I don't want to obsess with the composition a lot, but I still want to have some kind of a narrative to that. And I like that kind of a S curve that it's happening right here into the middle. And then what I don't like, and I might change that, my edge of that shoebox, that everything is on top of it somewhere around here, which is the 1/3. And because I see this, and then compositionally the end of that shoebox, or the part where the bottom plane meets the background, it's again around the 3rd point. So I'm just going to move things around a little bit, just for sake of the compositional integrity in my head. So but I don't want to spend that much time with composition, because again, this is exercise about just a quick sketching with the paint. So this is somewhere where I'm at right now, and it seems to me that this should be the star of the composition, this little chestnut right here. I think it's going along here, here, and here. I'm trying to block it in within the already established shape. So, and then I might look on this guy right here. Okay, and then I like one right here. This is the diagonal. So okay, and it's going this way right here, and then I have another little chestnut right here. Okay, so maybe I'll do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 on this side, and maybe 2 on this side. And again, I just found these chestnuts. I did not really compose them. I just throw them there. They just landed this way. I moved them left and right a little bit just to fit it into a frame, but that's it. It's just, I like the randomness of that. So I might do group of 2 right here and this group of 3 right here to compose them, and then and then maybe I'll go. I'll see. And I have another one right here, just quickly blocking in, and then the last one is here overlapping, like so. So this would be probably the idea. Yeah, I think this will work. Let's stick with this for now, just to have fun a little bit, and let's look at the. Let's mix background as I did last time. I think it was pretty helpful to have the background there, and I'm looking at, and you might see that I have the same background. That's not an issue right now. I'm just trying to quickly get down some painting, and I'm not obsessing right now with with perfect composition, because those of you who watch this you know how much I obsess with the composition, and I just want to free my thoughts a little bit and just work on the different issues, and that's mixing a color, seeing, excuse me, certain elements, and working with shapes. So I'm just gonna do neutral. I think it should be a little darker. Let's see. What's the darkest value? Yeah, it should be darker and maybe a little bit more saturated. So let's see. I think this is still too light. I would like to be somewhere, I don't know, close to value 3, 4, I think. And I'm saying 3, 4, I mean from if 1 is the darkest dark, which I don't have, because darkest dark means absence of light completely. And the number 1, it's white, which is absence of color. So I would say that it's somewhere on, maybe number 4 value of the background. Even though the background is in the shadow, there is a lot of reflected light that bounces all over the place. And I have only really dark shadows around the edges, and somewhere right around here, they're really dark there. So let me see. Yeah, maybe a little bit of yellow ochre, just a touch. Okay, so this is going to be background, and then I'm going to do a lighter part of the background, which is this, a little bit of white. And again, this might look like what I mentioned before, paint by number, but I'm doing this not only for my benefit, but also for those of you who paint alongside with me, just to see how much I've worked on the palette before I even start painting. I'm doing this because it helps me kind of organize my mind. And I want to make it a little cooler. This might be a little too much, maybe. Because I want to show the difference not only in value, but also in temperature or chroma for that matter. Yeah, I think this is pretty close. I'm mixing right now that mid value of the background. Okay, it's pretty cool. All right. So I can keep it as is right now. And then there's going to be the lightest part there, which is slightly greenish, which is great. And I don't want to go as light as I see it there, just because I want to reserve I want to be a little closer with values. A little closer with values, because that's not the focal point. So, and I'm not going to mix a lot of paint because I don't need that much paint. This is really a small 15 by 20 centimeters canvas, or actually a board. So I'm just going to quickly block in that. Maybe it was too much of a medium. No worries. Let's see. Maybe tiny bit. Ooh. Maybe tiny bit. Oh, that's better. Maybe I should. Yeah, I will see. Then I have a little lighter area right here. I don't know, I hope it's not reflecting a lot of light into your camera. Hopefully. I'm trying to smooth it out a little bit for you, so hopefully you can see better. And then a little darker value right here. And a little lighter here. Okay. And then I have a little darker value. This is a shadow that it's casting that chestnut right there. So, okay. And then this is and then I have a shadow right here. Shadow here underneath these. And I'm not really worried about the exactness right now, because that's not. Okay, cool. And right now let's do the bottom part. And that's, I can see the difference slightly there. This part, it's a little bit more, a little bit cooler, so I'm gonna add a little bit of that, a little bit of white and a little bit of black into that burnt umber mixture. And this is way too dark. This may be a little warmer here in this area, and then going to ignore these folds for now because I don't think that they are that important, but they might help. Later on. It's a little lighter. I see the lighter area right here. And then slightly darker here. And I know it doesn't look perfect, but remember, this is a bed painting Friday on Sunday. So I'm just exploring and having fun. And my goal for today is to do or create a quick, forgot to put the shadow right here. It's to create quick, nice kind of a sketch, more in terms of like impressionism maybe. So let's see. How it's going to work. So I have this, and it's casting a little bit more of the shadow right here. Okay. It needs to be lighter. And I'm not going to go with, you know, with anything else, just with blocking general areas, and then I'll just deal with other specific things as I go along. I just want to simplify what I see right now to help myself. Same as I'm simplifying shapes, I'm simplifying the amount of values, and I'm looking right now and I'm asking myself, do I like the composition? Does it sit well? And if it doesn't, for this exercise, I can't do anything about it, so I'm not going to stress about it. But if I got into a point that I don't like what I see, you all know that I'll just repaint it. That's the only way for me to continue. If I don't like the shape, I change the shape. If I don't like the color, I change the color. If I don't like the opacity, I change the opacity. If I don't like the saturation, I'll change saturation. So yeah, so right now I want to place these dark, kind of a really saturated, vibrant colors down there. So I'm gonna clean my palette a little bit so I have a space and I don't pollute my colors. You remember last bed painting Friday, I talked about this, that I don't clean my palette as often as I should. So this should help me as well to work with nice kind of a clean pigment colors. So let me mix a shadow color for those chestnuts, and I think it's a really dark, rich kind of a sienna, raw sienna, I think, with a little bit of ultramarine, and that should give me a nice dark rich pigment that's going to be desaturated because these are opposites. So then I'll have to bring the chroma saturation a little bit higher. But for now I'm looking for the right value, and maybe I'll just add a little bit more of the black. To get that nice rich color. Maybe just to, because burnt sienna, it's not dark as the value, but maybe I'll add a little bit of that alizarin to bring that saturation and the dark rich. Yeah, that works better. Oops. I think this is very close to where I want to be. I really see kind of a dark alizarin purple kind of a shadows there. So I think this is going to work. So I'm going to use this as my base. Let's see. Let's test it how it looks on the canvas. Yeah, I think this is great. This is maybe even darker than I need, so it's all good. It's all good. We're doing it. So I'm going to lay down my shadows for a chestnuts. And when I squint really, really hard, they kind of blend with the background. Kind of, with this area at least. So maybe I'll darken this as well. Excuse me. This guy, it's all in the shadow. Or is it? It isn't. The top part is visible, but I can join it with this one right here. And you can see I'm not really painting a chestnut. I'm just, it's like an abstraction. And this is the star of the, on this side, so it has a little shadow right here. And a little shadow right here. Cool. And then we have this guy right here. Seems that he might be all in the shadow. This guy has a shadow right here. A little bit here. Okay. So I placed down the shadows for the chestnuts. And I'm really connecting these as much as I can by squinting my eyes and trying to figure it out where is the shadow. Okay, let me right now grab a little bit of this shadow mixture that I have here. And, well, maybe I could put, I see a little sliver of it's higher, it's somewhere around here. Little sliver of right here. It's a little higher from where I sit. Okay, I have this. So let's look at that. Let's analyze that color. So I have that chestnut and I'm gonna focus on this chestnut and I'm gonna start evaluating things from there. I have a very saturated area right here. And then I have a really nice kind of reflected light that's reflecting towards me around this area. And I have a nice reflection right here, and this is all really saturated. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of that alizarin, a little bit of that sienna, and a little bit of light. I want to make it a little darker, but I still want to make sure that there is a visible distinction between shadow and the light, even though this is a little darker setup, because I have a darker objects that have really dark shadows. So I'm seeing something between, something like this, something a little like this. Maybe a little darker olive. Let's see, I need a little bit of this yellow ochre. Into my light. A little darker value, I want to go darker. Okay, but I want to saturate it a little bit. Now we're talking. It took me a while to figure it out because I was really not sure, but I think I'm closer right now with this color as a local color. Let me just place it there to see if this fits. And I know it might look strange to you, but yeah, I'm very close to what I want it to be. So I have my local color for the chestnuts. So I'm gonna make sure that it works. Yeah. Nice. I have that little space there. And then let's, yep. I'm kind of looking at the is it a that's interesting. I see the little reflection, but that might be a reflection from okay, I'll place a little bit of here. And I see a touch of light right here. Okay, a little bit of here. So I think that I should probably put this guy all the way back into a shadow completely. I think that would work better. And then connect it through here. Compositionally. Let's see. So I have dark values here that are connecting. And I have this guy that is up right here. Like so. Going down here. Meaning the other. Yeah, this might work better. I think it might work better. And I see a kind of a green, desaturated. It here so I can control it better. So it's going to be somewhere around here. Yeah. Let me try that. A little bit more. Towards the yellow green in these areas. I'm just trying to okay, and then let's use a little bit of this and a little bit of this to create that kind of a messy and then shadow right here, which I didn't put. And it's slightly lighter than this, okay? And then let's correct the edge of this chestnut right here. Cool. All right. Cool. A little bit more right here. Nice. And then I have a really light value. And I'm rushing through this because, like I said, I put myself into a challenge to finish it within an hour and a half. And it's the reason is that I have a actually I'm trying to explain to myself in my head that the problem is that I started this stream late and the sun's just gonna go away pretty soon. So let's work on this. So let's put this guy into a shadow. Let's lost him. And what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to make a really, really soft edge. A little lighter value right here. Okay, so he kind of disappears. And I'm gonna soften all these edges right here, right now. There's a little lighter value right here. Okay, a little lighter, but I think it's slightly warmer. And I gave myself an hour, and I'm really it's really difficult for me to because I don't like the, not that I don't like the composition, but I could have moved this a little bit more here. It would be way better. I'm looking forward to your critiques in the comments, or actually since this is a painting discourse, I'm expecting that you bring your knowledge into this and help me to. I'm mixing the background color again. Okay, this is here. This is going a little bit more into this, like so. This is right here, and I have a little bit of. Okay, cool. Cool. something's happening with my camera. I wasn't sure what. Oops. Okay. And what about the value of that? I could actually use this with a little bit more saturation, the background color for this part. What do you think? I think this is going to work. It's kind of giving a nice kind of a harmony to this. This is here, and I see it a little bit here. A little lighter, a little warmer. Okay, okay. And I see it a little bit here. So I'm going to maybe suggest it here just a little bit. It's going to be really difficult to see, but I see it a little bit here and then a little bit here. Okay. All right. Okay, so I covered almost every okay. Let's see. So I'm looking and I'm analyzing. So I want to move this right here, like so. I need to create a little dent right here. Okay. So let's do a little shadow transition. Probably go a little darker. So the same way I'm gonna apply the same ideas that last time, and let's see if this is a little darker right here. And a little cooler, I think. Or rather, I should say neutral. So I'm trying to create a volume right now. By slowly okay. And I'm looking for what's beneficial right now, because I have a limited amount of time, what will help the painting or the sketch and what will destroy it. So I'm focusing a little bit more on that. Softer edge right here, right now. Okay, let me see. Let me see. For some reason, today's Sunday and I have like 7 people trying to call me while I'm streaming. What is happening? Let's see. I'm gonna go a little bit more of cool. So I'm right here right now. And again, don't worry about being exact and perfect. This is really this is a really bad painting Friday on Sunday, so don't worry if it's not working. It's fun. I see a slightly more saturated area right here. And it curves around and then value. Maybe I should add a little bit darker value. Let's see. A little bit more neutral shadow or terminator. It's right here, right there. Okay, cool. Okay, a little softer edge. All right. Okay, so right now I need to work on the a little bit on that chestnut behind, and I see very similar hues there. So I'm going to try to utilize already existing color. And when I squint, it kind of falls into a shadow value. So I'm thinking, how am I going to approach this? And this might be probably that difficult part of this endeavor, because these are very irregular shapes that I find very challenging to portray accurately. It has spikes, so let's play with those spikes a little bit. I'm gonna just spike right here, 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 here. So it's going this direction, right? Okay. I hope that you are painting alongside with me, all of you, because this is really challenging. And I'm kind of trying to focus. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of this blue to hit it with a highlight, just to place a little bit of a light value there to see what's up. So it's right here. Yep. It's a little too much, no worries. It's kind of purplish. It's right here on this side, like so. Not that far. And this one is slightly less. I want to make it less. And then I have a kind of a darker even darker. Kind of a reflection right here. And then the same goes for this area right here. Okay. Okay, let me just work with this a little bit, because it seems like that is hitting a little bit of light up here. So let's introduce that little light right there. Awesome. It's slowly starting to look like chestnuts, but we need a little bit more work there. And I see that from behind here, it's not necessarily from my angle, but I'm going to move my head a little bit to peek this little guy right here from behind. Little chestnut right here to create kind of that overlap. So I have foreground, middle ground, background, and of course background, but you know what I mean. So that will help me to bring up this guy with the little harder edge, like so. Cool. Okay, let's maybe make a little darker shadow. Or not shadow, the occlusion a little bit. Right here, and for this guy as well. Yeah, cool. Okay. Just a little bit more here. Yep. Cool. I think I'm already past the 1 hour mark, but I want to do a couple touches, couple finishing touches, and then I'll stop, just to make sure that I don't go over that 1 hour limit, 1.5 that I promised myself. Because this is not supposed to be a finished painting, this is really just for fun. I had a spare hour, like I said, and I wanted to use it. So this is the opening in the back. It's a little bit more saturated. And this challenge is made even more complicated for me because these shapes are not usually shapes that I am familiar with. So it's fun. But we are getting there, slowly but surely. Let me put this into just a little bit so I have a completely different pigment. More of this. I want a little bit more saturation. I want to do little dots right here, or dots, little shapes that hopefully help. To read this as a kind of that chestnut kind of texture. That will create that chestnut kind of texture. That's what I wanted to say. And separate it a little bit from the other ones. Yeah, and I think this is more than enough for that hour. Of course, there is a ton of things that need to be adjusted, changed, and so on and so forth. Maybe just to bring that kind of a graphic value a little bit, I might adjust. Oops, that was too much. Floor a little bit, or floor plane. Just to bring the attention to there. And then I want to soften this a little bit. I need a little. Connect it a little bit. Soften the edges so they don't overpower. And maybe I could add a little bit more of that highlight real quick around here, just a touch. And here, just a touch. But then I created, again, compositionally from here to here, and here to here, it's almost the same. And then I have the highlights in the same position. That's just how my brain really makes fun of me. Marvelous coincidences here. So I'm going to change the position a little bit. I'm going to take that artistic license and change the position just a touch. And then I'm thinking that maybe I could put a little of this right here. Yep. A little of that there. Okay, a little bit here. And I'm really, really stretching it right now. And I shouldn't. And then maybe a little lighter right here. Cool. And then just a quick softening of the edges in the background. And I think I'm done for today because what is the time? 1 hour and 19 minutes. So I'm going to soften the edge a little bit right here. I hope that you are not hearing the very loud, obnoxious music in the background that goes from the outside. Okay, I'm softening it. And the reason why I'm softening is because I'm trying to create the same idea then with a trying to create the same idea that hills in the distance look like. That you have them in the background, you can still see them, but they're so close on value. The values are so close that you can barely see them. So I'm softening the edge and I'm bringing the values closer to each other. So they slowly kind of recede into the background. And that's it. Yeah, I think if I wanted to push it further, it would take me another hour and a half maybe to start developing in more. So I'm just going to end up right here. Tiny touch up right here because there's a little bit of the surface. Yeah, I think more that I could hope for. Yeah, so let's just recap real quick before I start cleaning my brushes and ending a stream. I did this quick sketch, like I said, because I had so much fun last time, or last Friday, and it's just, oops. and it just felt natural today when I get to a studio that it would be cool to paint a little bit alongside with you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed that little painting session that we did today. And since it's a Bed Painting Friday, I hope that you experimented with your work as well, and had success. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon again with Bed Painting Friday. So analyze your work, analyze my work as well. Make a note of the stuff that you liked about what I painted. Definitely make a note about stuff that you disliked and you want to avoid when you paint your own work. And that's actually the best way to learn and study, just to make sure that you took that advantage of my mistakes and my bad paintings. Just a quick finishes touch is something that I think it might help the composition to create a little bit of that shadow right there, the little path for your eye. Oops, that was a mistake. All right. Right now it looks way too generic. See, and this is the problem, that, you know, there's a moment that I should have stopped and I didn't, because I didn't like certain things, and right now I would want to continue adjusting the shadows, adjusting the backgrounds, then, you know, again, harmonizing and connecting and disconnecting things. So yeah, I have to end up the stream because I'll continue and keep going and going and going. So I hope that you enjoyed that little 1 hour session. If you are working on your work, keep going if you want to. And I hope to see you again, as I said, 2 times already, and I didn't finish the stream. So I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.